Arsenal nil, Liverpool nil. That was a dreadful game to watch. That was boring out of my mind. It was nervy for the wrong reasons. That game just absolutely sucked. And Arsenal were absolutely toothless. It was probably the second worst game this season after that Wolves game. And it was a game where Arsenal should have capitalised. It was a game where Arsenal needed to beat Liverpool. Yes, we can say Arsenal are 6 points off the top. And thank God that Manchester City drew against Brighton, because they would have been closer to the top to Arsenal. They would have closed in the gap. But for some reason, City drew, Arsenal drew. We're still 6 points off the top, so there are some good things from that. But if we were to just focus on this game, Arsenal were good for 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes of the game, Arsenal were electric. The ball was going to the wingers. I thought both Saka and Trossard were doing quite well. I thought Saka was cooking Kirkes, especially in that first half. He got by him, but he should have delivered the ball into the middle of the box much better. There was that one chance that he had. And with Trossard, he did look pretty well, but the minute he got that yellow card 10 minutes in, he looked ineffective. I just don't think he got the ball as much. He was a bit more rash, and I think people were scared with the fact that he could have got a red card. So overall, like, the wingers were important, but after that 20 minutes, it just did not look good for Arsenal. And Liverpool came back into the game. They knew what their plan was, and you gotta give credit to Arne Slot. Despite whatever criticism and things that he's been going on this season, in this particular game, he had a game plan. He went to Arsenal and he said, I don't have any of my attackers, no Isak, no Salah, no Ekitike, so I'm just gonna sit back, relax, get a point and get out. Park the bus, contain, possession, whatever the hell you want to call it. Because funnily enough, Liverpool had 53% in possession, and I thought they had a lot more than that. And there were periods in the game where Arsenal had a lot of possession, but Arsenal just weren't able to do anything with it. I thought with the midfield, I thought Zubimendi was getting some key passes going forward, although he did look a bit rash here and there. And I did think that maybe Zubimendi needed to be subbed off because we needed more attacking options up front. We needed probably a Mikel Merino to come in the midfield. However, that didn't really happen. And then with Declan Rice, I just thought that with him, he had some good dribbles. He was trying to get the ball forward, had a couple free kicks, but overall he just wasn't able to do anything. And with Odegaard, he was trying his level best to push the team forward, to press, but for some reason the rest of the players just decided to sit back, and I don't know why the hell they were doing that, to be honest with you. We're at home, they're a depleted team. This isn't the Liverpool of old with all those amazing players. They're on a team, they're in a bit of a transition stage right now, we've got to be honest here, right? And they've just not been looking that good this season. So overall, we should have taken the game to them, especially at home, and we didn't. It felt like we were the team that was scared and trying to just get the point and get out. When we had the atmosphere, we had all the attacking talent that we needed to have, because Liverpool's bench was pretty much depleted as well, and we couldn't take our chance, and that is why it's extremely frustrating. Yes, we can't win every game. Yes, Liverpool are still a good team. I take my comment back about them being transitional and whatever, right? It's just my head's just gone right now. But Arsenal should have done more. We had more shots compared to them, and we had 4 shots compared to none. They didn't have a single shot on target, and that's a bad thing to them, because I thought Frimpong was a big target, the way he was playing, right, and the way he was cooking MLS, and I'll get to MLS in a second. Frimpong should have had a shot on goal. If he had a shot on goal, I promise you they would have had a chance to score today. They might have been able to score if Frimpong took more shots. And Kirkes was having a difficult battle, especially with Saka, but he did grow into the game, I've got to be honest with that. And Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't know what's happened. I've been praising him, I've been supporting him, I've been encouraging him, but today he looked like a youth player in a team full of men. I don't know what the hell has happened to him. Frimpong was kicking him, he wasn't able to defend or do anything. I think the minute he came on, it just looked like Arsenal just had to defend and cover him as much as they could, because ultimately it just wasn't really happening for Miles Lewis-Skelly. His passes were wayward. I mean, he only towards the end he finally got into his position on the final third of the pitch, but overall I was not impressed with what I've seen from Miles Lewis-Skelly. The rest of the defense was okay, but there were some shaky moments between Saliba and Raya, but overall they did what they had to. Timber was Timber, fantastic as usual. Gabriel was playing well, and we got to talk about Gyökeres. Now look, I've been a big supporter of Gyökeres, but today I've not been impressed by what I've saw today. People can say whether or not he's had lots of chances or whether or not he's had service and this and that, but sometimes you need to look at him and say, listen, what are you doing? And it's only towards the latter stages of the game, before he was getting subbed off, where he was trying to do passes and get in like 1-2s and do that sort of thing, but he needs to play a little bit deeper sometimes and get involved with the game. And also there were balls going into the box, there were crosses going in, and I didn't see him. I was thinking, where's my striker? Where is he? I've seen Saka put balls into the box, I saw Trossard, I saw Odegaard, I saw so many balls going into the box, and yet Gyökeres was nowhere to be seen. I didn't see him get at the end of any of them, and that's why I'm so frustrated with him, because he needs to be there. If he's going to the far post, come near post. If it's not going in one direction, then try and change it up a bit. Demand the ball, do something. I'm getting frustrated with Gyökeres at this point, and I'm a big supporter of him. I want him to do well, but today I just thought that he didn't play well for me, and he needs to do much better, and I'm frustrated with that, especially when Jesus came on. And I don't rate Jesus as much, but the minute he came on, you can see the big difference that he gets. He demands the ball more, he gets the ball to his feet more often. He even had a header on goal, which I thought maybe he should have, I don't know, maybe done a little bit better on that, but he did get on target. And then if we were to look at the other substitutions, when Eze came on 4 games later, when he hasn't had a minute on the pitch, he looked ineffective. He was barely even getting the ball, and I think that's credit to Liverpool. Liverpool contained themselves. They made sure they put their players in the right positions to stop Arsenal from passing the ball forward, which I think was good, but still. And then Madueke, he was on the wing, and I thought that he was getting some balls into box. I thought when Saka was looking to get ineffective, he came in and he did his bit. And Martinelli, I thought Martinelli was okay. I think he was trying his best to dribble past players, which is, it is what it is. That thing that he did with the right back that they have, Conor Bradley, I mean, for me, I can understand why they would be upset. It is wrong. I mean, if it is an ACL or MCL injury, then that's just horrible. What can I say? I think it was frustration, and I do think that he was trying to get him off the pitch, but it's down to the referee to make sure that you keep the time as you go along, because I did think in the game, especially when I saw the managers and the coaches getting yellow cards, that he was losing the game a bit. So it was important for the referee to really take control and to just make sure he keeps the time accordingly. I'll be honest, Martinelli could have got a red card for that. I mean, for me, if someone happened to one of my players and that happened to Arsenal, like if any of our players got that, then I'd be just as angry, and I'd imagine the Liverpool players would be angry as well. But overall, Liverpool came in with a plan. They did their plan. Arne Slot, well done, great tactics. Mikel Arteta, I mean, I understand that you don't want to lose the game, but you're at home, you had all the players you need. At this stage, you have a bench that you can use. You've used the bench, you've done everything you can, but ultimately you have to put on the players, because for God's sake, how can you win if you don't take enough shots? I mean, there was a stat in the game where it was 44 minutes before Arsenal's last shot. So for 44 minutes, what the hell were you doing? What were you trying to do? How are you going to win the game if you're not going to take any shots? And that is something that's been extremely frustrating throughout this game. But what can I say? Move on. We're going to go to Portsmouth, then Chelsea, and then probably to United. So let's just see how that goes. Anyhow, hope you like and subscribe. Hope you'll see you soon in the next video. Toothless Arsenal, toothless attack, but hey, is what it is.